Hi, I'm O'Neill, Operations Manager at TacticalGamer.com.
And I am Ferris Bueller from TacticalGamer.com.
Today we are doing a day one review of the new game from Atomic called Breach. It's a first-person shooter with a lot of really cool features.
And let's go ahead and get into it. Getting a little farther along, we come to character customization, which is always important in games these days. And at the character customization menu, you have three options here. You can look at your stats, you can set your loadout for each of your individual kits, and you can also select character models.
Hi.
Now, when you get into the loadout menu, you'll notice that you have 5 classes across the top: Rifleman, Gunner, Sniper, Support, and Recon. The first 4 are available immediately as soon as you start playing the game, and the Recon class comes available as soon as you completely load out the Rifleman and Sniper classes. On the left-hand side, you'll notice you have weapons, perks, and gadgets. Weapons, there are 3 per class that are unlockable as you advance through the game and gain experience. With perks, there are 13 perks that give bonuses to things like experience, aim, ammo count, reload times, and other aspects of the game. There are 15 weapon add-ons for each of the individual weapons that you get for the classes that range from scopes to grenades, and there are 10 gadgets that range from things like body armor to explosives and enemy detection systems. Now, Breach is entirely a multiplayer game. That means that there is no single-player campaign. However, you can create private servers for yourself and your friends to play on. With up to 16 players, you can completely select any of the options: public, private, anything like that. Name your own server, it doesn't really matter. But what most people are going to be using is going to be the server browser, which is a list of servers that are hosted around the internet by various gaming communities, including Tactical Gamer. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and hop into the game and get some action going. How's that sound, O'Neill?
Hey, let's rock and roll. You know, Ferris, I gotta tell you, one of the most attractive features of this game is the active cover system. That's probably my favorite in this game. What it allows you to do is use almost any piece of terrain, building, vehicle, or anything like that to actively hide behind, crouch behind. You can blind fire over the top, and you can sneak around corners.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you. And one of the great things that I found yesterday when I was previewing the game is the aspect that you can actually use the cover in a three-dimensional fashion. So if you're in a building that has walls on either side of you, you can actually instantly transverse those walls without having to break cover to move around the room. Alright, and you guys will notice that at this point in the video I have activated my active cover. And one of the great things about this game is the complete destroyability of just about everything in the game. But it's not quite as grand a scale as you see in games like Battlefield Bad Company 2, where you're taking down entire buildings all at once and stuff like that. It's actually micro-destruction as well.
Yeah, Ferris, that's right. That means if you're up there hiding behind that rock wall, I can use my machine gun here and chip away at individual parts of this. I'll start firing at you right now.
And generally with small arms, like smaller machine guns and things like that, it's going to take a lot of bullets to get pieces of the wall to fall away. But as I pan around here, you can see that O'Neill is definitely knocking out chunks of my cover, which is going to make me have to move if I want to stay safe. And one of the other cool facets of the micro-destruction is that it's not just limited to sandbag walls and things like that. You can actually make yourself new windows and buildings. So basically, with enough bullets from a regular gun, you can make a wall go from this to this.
To that.
Alright, and I'm going to have my test dummy O'Neill stay up in that little house where we were just at. And I am going to go down on ground level and demonstrate what micro-destruction can do on a much larger scale. Alright, now as you can see, this little house that he's standing in is held up by these 3 struts right here that you can see through my sights. Now, What happens if I take these out? Uh-oh, a big chunk of the building just fell away. Oh, and there goes another chunk of the building.
Ah!
And O'Neill just happened to get lucky by standing right on the edge of what fell away. But that is a great trick for taking out snipers.
You know, Ferris, one of the cool things about Breach is that we are not just confined to the small map sizes that we kind of got used to in games such as Bad Company 2 or Black Ops or any of that. These maps are fairly good-sized maps with a lot of variety to them. And that'll really help players get into a more tactical mindset because you have to adapt to a variety of different setups.
Oh, I absolutely agree. And the game size is limited to 16 players, which basically means that it's going to be kind of similar to Counter-Strike as far as a sheer player number. But one of the benefits of having big maps and a low player count is that it's not going to be consistently run and gun, run and gun. You're actually going to have to move tactically, think out your strategies, and figure out ways to outfox the other guys on the other team who could be hiding anywhere as you move around the map.